So Southampton 1, the Banter Club, the Comedy Club 0, 3 straight losses. We're down to 6th in the table. Them two rubbish clubs that have been banter all season, sacking managers, players downing tools, wanting to leave, are both above us, Jez. And we could be below West Ham tomorrow, who are in a Europa League semi-final.
Yeah.
Where did it all go wrong?
Yeah, we've been harping on Lee to the point of getting involved with it, aren't we? And I mean, you know, what's the old saying? Your chickens come home to roost, and it's certainly looking that way, mate. Because we've then got a really easy game on Wednesday. You know, that's big that one up. I don't think so. We're in the shit, and I think top four's done. Absolutely, that's gone. And as you quite rightly stated backstage, and we had fans laughing before this game started at Spurs.
Yeah.
Really?
They never learn. And do you know what makes me laugh about it? Is all season our fans that I see on social media say that Spurs were irrelevant. So why do they then talk about them all the time and laugh at them if they're so irrelevant? If they're irrelevant, you wouldn't even mention them. But then they go and lose today to Brighton, which I found funny. That our fans were even laughing because the same geezer who scored one of their goals last week scored the winner against them today. But our fans were laughing that they lost to them, but we lost to them last week.
Yeah.
And then we go and lose to Southampton. And that performance today, that ranks up there with one of the worst I've seen all season. And we've seen some bad performances. Yeah. That was disgusting. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, mate, I don't even know what to say anymore. Yeah, we've said all season that this is going to happen.
It's a
what
joke.
Do we know, Jez?
Well, obviously nothing. It's a joke situation now. I mean, I just don't know why I bother to watch. I honestly don't. In your watch along, it's a beautiful day here today. I was out in the garden this morning with the wife doing some gardening, and it's beautiful. You know, I thought, I'm sat here at half time watching this load of dross, and I could be out in the garden with her, having a glass of wine, and enjoying the sunshine. And I'm sat here watching this absolute ball fest of football from Arsenal. And I'm thinking, you know, I hate to say this, Lee, but it's got now to the point where it's funny because I expect it week in, week out.
It's actually a result. It's actually more of a surprise if we win and play well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't expect Arsenal to win with this complete prick. And, you know, I mean, that team today, it just shows how weak we are as a squad. To have Eddie Nketiah as our first-class striker, dear God. You know, and people are raving about getting top four and going into Europe. Really? With this squad? All right, we might get a couple of other players, but they're not going to be world class, which you have to have if you are playing in the Champions League. We ain't got that. We're not going to get them. Not with this idiot. No chance. You know, I mean, who wants to come and play for Arteta?
No one. Mate, what I found mad today, right? Because our fans, when we were saying, like, why play Granit Xhaka at left back, right? So we put Savage back in, and it's like, you know, Arteta said in his press conference the other day that he weren't quite right to play the Brighton game. I don't know what that means. The way he was saying it was like mentally, yeah? Right? Well, maybe that's because you hooked him off after 33 or at half time against Palace. Maybe that's why he wasn't mentally ready for the Brighton game, mate. Yeah, and then he plays him today, and he puts Granit Xhaka back in midfield, who was absolutely disgusting today, by the way.
Yeah.
And then he switches Martinelli and Saka's wings in the first half. And I'm like, Saka's done his best work this season on the right-hand side, and Martinelli's done his on the left. So why are you changing it? Then you put Eddie Nketiah, who scored 0 goals all season in the league, up front instead of Pepe. It's almost like he done this in the Europa League semi. He played Smith Rowe as false 9 in the semi for the Europa League against Villarreal. It's like, as soon as the pressure's on him, it's almost like he panics and thinks, oh, I'll try something new. It's like, what is the matter with this guy? He ain't good enough, man. If anyone's still backing this, they are a massive issue.
Well, you're quite correct. I was going to say the same thing. He panics because he's lost against Palace, he's lost against Brighton, and now he's lost against Southampton. So he tries to think, oh, I'll be clever. I'll switch Saka and Martinelli, or maybe Southampton won't notice that I've done that. And you put on one of the most useless strikers I've ever seen at this club. And I compare that guy almost as bad as Shamak. And I
think he's worse.
Bloody
Shamak scored, I think it's still a Champions League record, Jez, with scoring in like 6 Champions League away games on the trot or something. Yeah, this guy's never going to kick a ball in the Champions League.
Well, I mean, it's pitiful, and it is absolutely shocking. And I said on a show the other night that I've seen some bloody awful teams at Arsenal, but I will tell you, this is probably going down this season. The displays and lack of ambition is probably the worst I've ever seen. Honestly, I honestly mean that. Honestly, because at least back in the time, the players tried. This lot are under this management, and I think he's destroyed them. I honestly do. It's
almost like they're scared to play football. Like somebody said this in the watch along earlier, that when Wenger was the manager, at least he gave them a little bit of freedom to go out there and do what they want. So it set up the team, but it's say, go and express yourself, go and play football. With this manager, It's almost like they're on edge and they're scared and petrified to actually do that. Yeah, because he's watching and he's landing aeroplanes and all of this rubbish, and he's on their case all the game. And it's almost like they're playing stiff, like they're scared. Like whereas Wenger, as bad as Wenger was towards the end, and he did have to go, at least Wenger would say, go and have a go. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and like we'd actually have some decent football. Yeah, we'd get battered here and there, but we did actually have some half decent looking football like to watch. This is just like, mate, paint watches Arsenal dry. That's how boring it is. Like, it is crap.
It is crap. I mean, you know, I thought we started out quite fast and quite pacey, and it looked quite good. And then as soon as that goal went in, that was it. Game over. Give up. Might as well go home now. You know, we might as well got on the bus at half time and pissed off back to the Emirates, because what actually happened in that second half? Nothing. It was bloody awful. He takes off both the fullbacks, right, and leaves us exposed. So we've got no overlapping fullbacks now. And I just thought, what is in your brain, man? And I'll be honest with you, he looked absolutely lost.
He did.
A couple of times the camera panned on him, he was like lost. He
was looking at the floor.
Yeah, the little bit of tactical nous, and that is about 1% in his brain, had gone. And there was no way he had the ability to change that around and at least get a draw. That second half, we never even looked like getting a draw, which was the best we could have hoped for. We were never going to get a win. I said before the game, I said in your chat, the live chat, you know, I'm going 2-1 Southampton. And I've said it since the Brighton game. I've absolutely no faith in this man whatsoever.
Mate, I totally agree. It's disgusting how people have been backing this. But that just, like, listen, we get cussed quite a lot for saying, oh, we tell people they're overreacting and they're over-celebrating and stuff like that. This is why. This is why. Because people were sitting there at Christmas, and even when we had the 3 games in hand and we were sat fourth, oh, we've already got there. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and now we could potentially be 7th tomorrow with Chelsea and Man United coming up in the next 7 days.
So the process has made major progress, and it could get worse in our running. We've got West Ham away yet.
Yeah, that's after the United game. Yeah, the next 3 games are Chelsea away, Man United at home, and West Ham away.
So
we got Leeds, then we got Tottenham. By the time we play Tottenham, we're dead and buried.
Well, we could end back up in 8th. So the progress in the process is 8th, possibly 8th.
We might as well get 888.com to sponsor us next season, Jez.
I I'd put that in the chat. I'll put that in the chat. Yeah, might as well bin off the Emirates and get 888.com.
Exactly.
Class.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, we're going to do player ratings in a minute.
Yeah.
I'll send you and Kenny the link for that.
Sure.
And yeah, we move on to Wednesday against Chelsea. That is a proper process. But anyway, Arteta out.